Hello and welcome to my video log, looking at a diary that I'm going to take over the next year on how to reduce my diabetes levels, my blood glucose levels, which currently over the last few months have been out of control really. What I've done is I'm taking the next year off of work. I'm going to concentrate on myself. In addition to looking after my family, I'm going to look to concentrate on eating better and also exercising more. And I just want to use this video diary as a way of encouraging myself to see the improvements from diet and exercise on my type 2 diabetes, and also to encourage others who may be going through the same thing. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes nearly 3 years ago now, and to be honest, it's been a bit of a struggle to keep weight off even when I have lost some weight before. I'm currently 19 stone 1 pound, which is about 120.5 kilos. I'm only 5'10", so obviously that is not very good weight for my height. I'm 41 years old, and in the last 3 years I've been working in an accounts office, sitting on my backside, and before and after work looking after my kids before school and after school. And I found that trying to exercise in the evenings, I just had no energy whatsoever left after looking after the kids from 6 in the morning till 7 at night. So my wife has kindly given me this time off so that I can concentrate on my health this next year and really be in a position where I won't let employers down by being sick or anything like that if I'm going back into employment. What I'm hoping to achieve is to look to reduce down my weight to around about 14-15 stone, which is fairly realistic, over the next year. And also to get my blood glucose levels down into the 6s. As I said, when I tested before breakfast this morning, my blood glucose was 11.6, which actually is lower than it has been over previous months, because for the last 4 weeks I've gone to the gym a couple of times just to get my body ready to do the weight training that I desire to do. So my plan, which has started today, is to go to the gym 3 times a week, doing weight training on those days. 3 other days a week I will do aerobic exercise, be that at home or at the gym. Could be something as simple as a brisk walk for 30-40 minutes, because at the moment I have pretty much zero fitness. So I'm starting from pretty much scratch. In my younger days I used to play 4 games of football a weekend. I was very good at athletics, did some decathlon, pentathlon. I was a good multi-eventer, and also I was very good at cricket, and I played sport regularly. And then when I got to around the age of 21, which was the last time I was extremely fit, things changed and life changed. And 20 years later of not really doing much at all, I have obviously developed diabetes through lack of exercise. Not through alcohol. I don't drink alcohol very much or very often at all. I find that my sugar levels spike and I have a headache pretty much after the first sip. What I'm hoping to do is to get my blood glucose levels down into the 5s, the 6s, and to be able to come off my tablets of metformin and the statins, which obviously help to reduce down the fat, basically. So I need to change my diet, which I've started again from today, looking more towards the GI diet, because it does really affect, as I've found in the past, what your levels can be. Last year, for a period of about 5-6 months, I did lose over 2 stone, was feeling fit and healthy and was in the right progress and got down to 16 stone 12, but then I tore my calf. And then 6 weeks later I tore my calf again, and to be honest all the weight went back on, and I really struggled mentally to overcome that setback. Now I'm in the position where I've got this year off of work and I can concentrate on the diet and exercise and really get down to a level where I'll be able to maintain when I look to go back to work in a year's time. Diet-wise, I'm going to look at more of the GI diet side because it does encourage the right foods. What I've found in the past, which I'll use to my advantage this time round, is limiting the size of the portions. Portion control is a main criteria, but what also makes up that portion, and I'll be limiting my carbohydrates to no more than sort of 60 grams per serving for breakfast, lunch and dinner. I'll avoid snacks because for me that doesn't work, having snacks or small meals through the day. I'll look to try and have protein with every meal as much as possible. Breakfasts, I'll look to have mini shreddies, Weetabix, oats, because they're all very low in sugar. Occasionally I'll have a little bit of granola, but not a lot, with perhaps a no-fat yogurt once a week, just to change it up. If you're thinking about what 60 grams of carbohydrates would be, your average 2 slices of wholemeal bread is about 60 grams. So you couldn't have more than 2 slices for breakfast. But what is good to add in something like eggs within that breakfast. So for instance, this morning, unfortunately I didn't have any wholemeal bread, we only had white bread in. But I had 1 slice and I had 1 egg with that. And I feel still quite full, which is what protein does to you. It makes you feel fuller for longer. And I shall mix up my lunches from salads to wraps, try and keeping down the carbohydrate once again. And for dinner also, trying to eat a bit more vegetables and salads, as well as protein, and keeping, as they advise, roughly 1/3 of your plate being for vegetables, 1/3 of your plate being for protein, and 1/3 of your plate being for carbohydrates. And overall, because obviously the meals are smaller, that obviously means there's less calories, as long as you're not having high fat foods. So I'll also look at, obviously, looking to lose weight. The weight training will help. I won't lose weight as quickly, but I will build muscle that was there already but not been activated for a very long time. The aerobic exercise will help me burn off some of the excess fat, but also within the diet I'll need to cut down, not cut out, the fat within the food. That includes animal fats, cutting off and making them leaner, so looking at leaner meats where possible and fish, and also looking to cut down on things like cheese, which is a very hard thing to do. Anyway, this is my first posting. I hope that this is a diary that you can look back on. I hope to look at doing a video log each week and sharing it with you, and I hope that it encourages you to try for yourself to overcome your type 2 diabetes and to get control. Goodbye.